People of Earth, the following podcast is not real, but that hasn't stopped it from becoming one of the most beloved productions in all the entertainment world. Now, to all you millions of listeners, gather round and prepare yourselves for another meticulously plotted, emotionally satisfying journey with complex, grounded characters that anyone can What is this parallel universe introduction doing on my desk? Let's just shred that. Ugh, will the marketing for Spider-Man No Way Home ever end? And until that movie addresses the Gwyneth Paltrow who didn't make it through the subway door, I am not interested. Anyway, welcome to, this. It may not be the podcast we want, but it might just be the podcast we deserve. In which case, shame on us. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hello from the Magic Tavern, a weekly podcast from the magical land of Foon. I'm your host, Arnie Niekamp. If you've never listened to the podcast before, this is everything you need to know. 7 years and 1 week ago, I fell through a dimensional portal behind a Burger King in Chicago into the magical, fantastical land of Foon. Luckily, I'm still getting a Wi-Fi signal from the Burger King through the dimensional rift, and I used that to upload this podcast, recorded here in the tavern, The Strange Familiar, in the town of Nibblebottom, at the base of the unnameable mountain in the...
No, Arnie, sorry.
What's that, Chunt?
Editor's note. The mountain has a name now.
Oh, okay. Chunt, why are you wearing that hat that says editor?
Oh, I just thought I'd take on some more responsibilities.
Okay, sure.
Could you sit up straight? Sorry, shoulders back, sit up straight.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
And
all
sorry,
right.
let's take
I've got to say, Chunt, 7 years in, I'm glad that you're finally taking an interest in the podcast.
Yeah, I was dicking around for, did you say 7 years?
Yeah.
Boy, time flies. Yeah, I just been dicking around for about 7 years. Mm-hmm. And then today I was like, this is 7 years in one episode. So I was like, you know what, Chunt? Today's the day. Sorry, this year's the year where I get my shit together and I take this seriously.
Yeah, when I was a child, I fuck-dicked around. But when I was adult, I put away fuck-dick things.
That's what I'm saying. I've been hanging dick for 7 years.
Okay.
And it's time to put away childish things. I have a
That was the one that was over the line for me for some reason.
Of course.
But I'm so sorry. You had an editorial note for me.
Yes, I was saying that it's no longer the unnameable mountain because it has in fact been named. It's been named Slobodan.
Slobodan. Oh, did you feel that? I feel like when you said that, I almost felt a little earthquake.
Yeah, it's like a little rumbly in my tummy.
So last week at Villains Night, I think maybe was it Melissa Deathridge that named the unnameable mountain somehow?
I think so, because I saw her the following night at Adulterer's Night, and she was bragging to everyone that she had named the unnameable mountain.
Oh, yeah. Have we gotten any feedback from the mountain or in some way, like, does it mind being named?
Arnie, you think I talked to a mountain?
I don't know. You talk to all kinds of shit.
Wow. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Be honest. You talked to a lot of shit this week. Like, what shit? What else kinds of shit did you talk to this week, Chunt?
If you must know, I talked to a pair of kissing hummingbirds. I talked to a magical flute. I talked to a mountain. I talked to 3 wolves. I talked to a top hat with a mouth. Did I say a mountain already? Mm-hmm. I guess I did talk to the mountain.
You did talk to a mountain, see?
Oh, my gosh. Yes, I did. And
I have so many questions about those kissing hummingbirds, but we probably should get to our other co-host.
Yes.
Who people, I'm sure many listeners are like, this is over, right? But no, he's still dying. Usidore the Blue.
Oh, and Arnie, editorial note, we can't say many listeners anymore. That implies plural.
Oh.
So I think you just have to say the listener.
Do we have a name on that
Back
listener?
to Hank.
Oh, Hank? Hank's back?
I assume so if there's a squad.
Thanks for listening, Hank. We're sorry about some of the mean things we've said about you in the past.
Sorry, buddy.
But speaking of mean things I've said in the past, my other co-host, Usidore the Blue.
If you truly open your ears, you can hear the rivers speaking to you.
Cool. Quick editorial note.
And the clouds.
Sorry, no, people love this sort of like homespun wisdom that you're doing now, but a lot of people tune in to hear your full name is what the research shows. So could you do your full name and like really put some oomph into it?
Sure, but you were just talking about, communing with the mountains and the trees and the rivers, and I thought I would add to that conversation naturally.
Of course. I've just done some focus groups, and a lot of people, when you talk without introducing your name, a lot of people are like, why isn't he saying his name? Get to the name.
No, I can take a note. I am you. Another thing that bothered me about that conversation you were having without me was you were listing things off you would talk to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you said, oh, did I say mountain? Which you hadn't. And Arnie said, uh-huh.
Oh, I thought I had said mountain.
He had said mountain.
He had said mountain?
Yeah. Let me.
Wait, I wasn't listening and Arnie was?
Yeah. See, that's how bad it is.
What is happening?
What is it, fucking opposite day?
Usidore, are you okay? Have you been pretending to be dying for so long that you're really, in a bad spot?
Well, I have been upon my deathbed for lo these many weeks. At any moment now, I could turn into pure light and ascend to the heavens. For I am Usidore, wizard of the 12th realm of Ephesius, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical lights, devourer of chaos, champion of the great halls of Tragus, sales from the Allard. The dwarves know me as an exchanges from no northeast against many Mason.
Huh. Okay. Well, I guess I asked for oomph, and you gave me speed. So
Usidore is gonna time and a half it.
Well, if you, some people do listen already at accelerated speed, as I understand.
Jesus Christ!
You know what? I'm coming around. Maybe they should. At least for that sentence.
If anybody was listening to your introduction as Usidore at more than time and a half speed, I'm sure their noses and brains are bleeding. Or they travel back in time. Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Guys, let's...
sorry, Arnie. Research shows that people like when we have a little bit of banter up top, but not too much. But the banter has to be substantial. It can't just be small talk.
Okay. I have a topic.
Should we start over?
I'll just, you know what?
Do they like it when we start over? Because that breaks the format in a fun way.
But I think we've done it so many times that it's not cute anymore. It's sad.
That's true, yeah.
And so a lot of this I'll fix in post. I don't know what that means. I saw it on your computer, Arnie. But I assume I can figure it out on the fly. So let's just make some small talk.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. No small talk.
No. How about big talk?
Big talk.
This is very big talk. Remember several weeks ago when we met Cloacus, the forensics inquisitor, and he was investigating that murder of King Johann III?
Yes. And the geese did it.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about this recently. We're in this remote corner of Foon. But if I remember correctly, when we were talking about King Johann III, his castle is near here. Castle Hawkspear, I believe.
Hawkspire.
And did I misremember, or did everyone say that there are 11 billion people that live in that castle?
That's
give or take.
A fact, yeah. I think it's about 11 billion.
That's a lot of people.
Well, it's very tall.
Very tall. And it's hard because when you start counting them, by the time you're done, a lot of them have reproduced, some of them have died. So we say about 1 billion because it's just hard to really know.
Sure.
And it goes deep down into the earth as well. So it's very tall, both directions.
And would you believe 2 bathrooms?
2?
Yeah.
Oh, that place has got to stink. Have either of you been in Castle Hawkspire?
I've had some friends who have been. They were kissing hummingbirds. And they said with 11 billion people and 2 bathrooms, there's a lot of people showering while somebody else brushes their teeth. So that has to get kind of annoying.
Sure, yeah.
I'm not so certain why everyone feels they need a bathroom.
Explain.
Well, you can just go wherever you want.
Okay. Usidore editor a lot of our. You see that table behind us, about 3 tables back? That's a focus group I hired.
Okay.
Now what they have is they have these little buttons, these little dials, if you will. Some go into the red, some go into the green. Red is bad, green is good.
Okay.
Now we're getting a lot of feedback, Usidore, that people find you to be like a gross old man.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay.
So when you say something like, "Do we need bathrooms?"
Yeah.
Right now, if you look, all those dials are in the red. So can you say something a little more fun to get those dials up in the green?
Sure. Shababazoom.
I don't know.
Okay, so now the dials are in the green, but the focus group did not touch their dials. So you magic the dials to turn to the green, which is, you know what? I didn't say you couldn't do that.
Never thought about it before, but we could use magic on our analytics in general on this podcast. That would probably be a good thing.
Okay, I'm just getting a notification that we have 32 billion new iTunes reviews.
I'm starting to think, you guys throw around the number billion a lot. I'm starting to suspect that billion doesn't mean the same thing in Foon as it does on Earth. And this is an interesting fact that, maybe not interesting to everybody. On my world, billion in my country, the United States, is actually different than billion in Europe. Like, billion means different things on Earth, so it could mean significantly more different things on Foon.
What are you talking about?
Look, this is a real thing and not me being stupid. On Earth, in the United States, a billion is a billion.
I thought you said America. Now you're saying United States.
Look, I'm never going to get to this billion part if I have to re-explain the United States to you again.
I'm sorry, Arnie, I've interrupted you truly 22 billion times. Go ahead.
No. So in many European countries, a billion is actually a higher number. A billion is a trillion, but they call a trillion a billion. And in the US, a billion is a billion.
Okay, Usidore, I lied. I want to start over.
Should I go over to the focus group table and say my name there?
Usidore, I think, can I talk to you privately for a second?
Sure.
Chunt,
Though we've recently established this doesn't work at all.
That's okay, but I feel like we can get away with it if we just do it anyway.
Okay.
Like he's got to choose to interrupt us and tell us that he can hear it. He keeps talking about this focus group, but I'm starting to suspect it's just two kissing hummingbirds that just fucking hate this podcast.
I mean, it's very possible, but I hate to, turn my nose down at someone who's giving us constructive feedback.
Look, if the top hat has ideas, I want to hear it.
Okay, well,
but the two kissing hummingbirds, fuck them.
For this episode, let's be open to notes.
Okay, guys, sorry I went over to the focus group for a minute. Dylan and Faith, the two hummingbirds, they mentioned they don't like a lot of side banter. So when we were like, can I talk to you over here? That tends to be not on the podcast. So
can we save a lot of time and just ask them what they do like?
Ooh,
and we'll
that might
do
be
that.
A little too confrontational. Dylan and Faith don't like confrontation.
Okay, well
it's
then...
because hummingbirds' hearts, I don't know if you know this, and if you do, I'm sorry that I'm explaining it to you. Hummingbirds' hearts beat like 100 billion beats per minute. And so if you startle them, their hearts will skip a beat, which for them, one beat equals like, I don't know, a billion years. So they're going to die if they're scared.
Okay.
Hey, but otherwise we're doing great. Let's cut to the interview. Arnie, go. Do you have a guest?
No, I didn't set up a guest. That's why I asked you what shit you talked to this week.
Fucked.
No. Wait, it's gonna be okay.
What'd you call me?
No, we can take a note. I ran into someone who I think will be perfect if their hearts are beating very quickly. This creature is usually rather subdued, and so welcome back to the podcast.
Is it a subterranean dude?
Please come over here. Come over. She's sitting at the bar right now. I ran into her earlier and bought her a drink. Please come join us.
Is that just a pile of rocks?
No, it's not a pile of rocks.
Is that a Broomba?
No. It's
that broom you enchanted to keep cleaning up the tavern?
It's our old friend Hildy.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello, Hildy.
Oh my goodness, I thought I'd never see you again.
Yeah.
Oh, we feared just the same, for we've been on many adventures since last we met, and we are very grateful to see thee again.
Oh my goodness, of course. I've been on so many adventures I can't even imagine what you three have been up to. But certainly news has traveled far and wide of the business I've been up to.
Why'd you wink when you said business? You did a little wink and a smirk.
Well, I'm just trying to be coy because my show is very, very, very famous. So I'm just trying to be a regular turtle like I was before. But of course, now I am a bit of a celebritant.
Oh, wow. For new listeners, Hildy is like a crazy old turtle. Like, so old. In fact, the last time we saw her, she was dead.
Arnie,
That's
we're getting
how
a lot
old
of
she is.
We're getting a lot of feedback. People don't like when you call turtles crazy. It seems to be reductive.
Chunt, you just got that feedback immediately. What?
Okay, fine. You caught me. A lot of the feedback, quote unquote, is me giving personal notes.
Okay.
Hildy, what's going on with your shell?
My shell?
You said everyone knows this shell?
Oh, no, my shell is very famous, but I'm more famous for my show. I've
Your
been taking...
show.
Yes, of course. Please, don't pretend like you haven't heard of it.
Well, we've been here in Nibblebottom, which is a very small town, and I'm afraid news travels here quite slowly.
Oh, yes. Well, you're in luck because I have a show coming up tonight. Ever since I was reunited with my corporeal form, you remember how I passed?
Uh-huh.
It was very sad for all of you. But ever since I've been reunited with my corporeal form, I've been realizing how short 100,000 years of life is, and realizing how important my message is. My message through slam poetry, which is why I've been taking my poetry show on the road. The Hell of My Shell, it's called. Clever, don't you think?
Oh, wonderful.
Wow.
Hildy, will you excuse us for a second? Usidore, Chunt.
Yeah.
We just got a note about this.
Is it too late to get somebody else? Is it too late to get a different guest?
No, I can't wait to hear more about this show.
Slam poetry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Arnie, what is wrong with slam poetry? Is it because you can't snap? Is that your problem?
Well,
Your fingers are too weird for you to snap?
I told you that in confidence, and a doctor told me that.
You think you can't snap? Well, shabba-ba-blooey!
Sorry, I couldn't help it over here. You're familiar with some of my poems.
Oh, yes. I would love to hear more of them. Dare I ask? I hope it's not the height of rudeness, but could you preview just a little bit of the show you're going to be doing this evening for us?
Oh, just a sneak.
Oh, well, you know,
Pretty.
everyone pays, there's a lot of coins to attend, but if you promise that this is just a down payment on what you will shortly be following up with tonight at the show, then I'm happy to preview a little bit for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Actually, Hildy, why don't we do this? Let's tease. We're going to do a little bit of your poetry right after this break, because that is really going to pull people through this sponsor break to the next
Oh, that's a great
segment.
idea. There's a lot of commercials that happen naturally in my set as well, so this feels very familiar to me.
Hey, thank you for listening to Hello from the Magic Tavern. A great way to support the podcast is to join our Patreon. You'll get ad-free versions of our entire back catalog, including all the Magic Tavern spin-offs like Offices and Bosses, I Am Spin Tax, Shadow Sit. There are a lot of them. There are 2 new exclusive bonus episodes every month, Discord, all kinds of stuff. To get more information, go to patreon.com/Magic Tavern. That's patreon.com/Magic Tavern.
And we're back, and Arnie, just so you know, people are complaining that the ads aren't long enough, so if we could, moving forward, double or triple those times. Hilly, if you don't mind doing a sneak preview, as I mentioned to you during the break, we see a lot of what we like to call the Foon Bump. So when people come on here and they talk about their projects or their books, they get a bit of a Foon Bump. So please, if you'd like to sell some tickets, go ahead and give us a little preview of Hell with a Shell. What was it?
The Hell of My Shell.
The Hell of My Shell.
Oh, thank you. Well, my shows are currently sold out. Of course, they don't put out very many chairs in the theaters these days, apparently, but the chairs are always full. So I don't know that I'm looking for a bump. Thank you very much, but I'll take what I can get. Anyway, I'm vamping.
Wow, she's doing a quick change. What is that, a cape and lingerie?
This is the slowest quick change I've ever seen.
She is a turtle. It is very fast for a turtle, I think.
There, now I am beautiful. My shell is a hell, not a bell that rings clear. Oh, this shell! What is a shell? Calcium and bone. So small, so tight, it is an extra small, but my size, baby, is extra large in charge. How much of a preview do you want? The show runs about 2.5, 3 hours.
Is this still part of it, or?
What, 2.5, 3 years, you said?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, well, I thought that was excellent. He gave us a flavor for sure.
That was incredible.
Thank you so much.
Amazing, everyone. A round of applause for Hildy and her wonderful slam poetry.
Thank you so much.
Where is your show tonight?
Oh, the show is here at the bar.
Oh, it's here at the Strange Familiar.
Fuck, Usidore, you're the owner. We got to know about more of these nights going on.
Well, a lot of things, just the locals are used to happening, and I just sort of go with the flow. So, wonderful. I
You're
can't
the
wait.
owner of this bar?
Yes, I purchased it after being here for a couple of weeks to help the local economy.
Wow, that is such an incredible coincidence. You know, my booking manager, which is just me when I've taken my night pills, does all of that for me, so I actually don't even know where I'm going. You know how it is. I'm on tour. All it is, buses and vans and buses and vans. So I just show up.
And night pills. Love them.
Arnie, do you know what a bus and a van are? A bus is a big, unctuous ship that sails only during the night. And then a van is a very enormous, nice cart.
Oh, how enormous are we talking?
Well, enormous is...
Turn around and look ERA and then tell me.
Yeah, it's similar to enormous, but it's enormous with an anus.
That's how I like to travel, baby. They used to just put me inside of one roller skate, but I have a terrible sense of direction, so now I have a driver and a captain.
That would have been so cute. Hildy, I have to ask, that preview was incredible.
Thank you.
Based on the preview and the title, of course, do you really feel like your shell is a hell?
Okay, and usually this is after 3 years comes the question and answer portion of the evening.
Right.
But of course, you know, you are my friend, so I'll give this to you. It's more that I realized during my brief time as a ghost, the restrictions of life. You know what I mean? And so I think I'm a lot bigger than I was giving myself credit for in this small bony house that I call home.
Yeah, being a ghost, you must have learned so much. And if I remember correctly, you also learned that you could Patrick Swayze people, which means your ghost could jump into their bodies. And then you could also reverse Patrick Swayze people, like they could jump into your ghost. It was kind of confusing if I remember correctly.
It was pretty confusing. It was an untapped power of mine. I feel honestly relieved to be done with that portion of my life.
Well, when the soul is disconnected from the body,
Sure.
suddenly it's a free-for-all. Souls
Exactly.
can get into that body. That soul can get into bodies that don't have souls. Sometimes two souls get into the same body. That's how soul walkers get made.
Oh.
That's how soul walkers get made.
Yeah, too many souls in one body.
And typically they'll draw like a line down the middle of the body and they'll be like, you stay on your side, I'll stay on my side. And that's where we get situational comedy, Arnie.
Yes, because one soul's usually pretty messy.
Yeah, and then one's real uptight.
And then, all sorts of comedy can ensue from the situations where they come into conflict.
Yeah, it was originated by a ghost. His name was Simon. He was actually killed. He kneeled before the queen and she cut his head off. So he is called Kneeled Simon or Simon the Kneeled. And he sort of originated that.
Interesting.
I learned so much from you guys. All I really have time for anymore is my art. And it's what I think about, dream about, promote, of course, all the commercials I run myself. So you guys wouldn't know anything about this, but it's remarkably hard to take a creative project and just launch it. When you're the only one who's making it happen, it's insane.
Hildy, do you mind walking us through just a little bit like of the inception of all of this? You had just died. You're back alive again to the extent that you are alive. And you decide, what happens next? How do you decide to start doing poetry?
Such an interesting choice of words because if I may push back, it was not a decision. Okay?
No.
It was just like the most beautiful things in life or death. It happened upon me. So what happened was, when I came back into my body, daytime was fine. I was doing normal stuff. I was, reacquainting myself with former lovers. I was having a great time.
Okay.
And then night would come, which of course, it's so thin. The, conscious, unconscious, dead, alive. It's very spooky time. And so I was having I was having these night terrors. Stay with me. I was having these night terrors.
Oh,
and
stay with you in case you get a night terror?
Yes, exactly. I might pass out at any time. I'm so tired from self-promotion.
I hate to tell you this,
Please.
because there are not a lot of windows in this tavern. The sun is setting right now, so we are going to be entering night very soon.
And soon the gossamer veil betwixt night and the afterlife shall be here before us all. Oh, lo, if only we do listen to the voices that speak from beyond the grave, we shall learn ere so much.
Arnie, Usidore's clearly trying to get compliments so he could write his own one-man show. Clearly.
That's a good start. Anyway,
You know what I like about Hildy? She's so old that she doesn't just compliment for the sake of complimenting. She's still nice and polite, so she'll avoid saying something critical. But she's not gonna she's not a glad hander.
She's so funny because she's so old, and it's like we interrupted her 7 or 8 times, and then when we stopped interrupting her, it's like she lost her train of thought. It's so weird. Getting old must be so weird.
I also like how we can talk right in front of her, and she's so old that like she probably isn't processing what we're talking about.
Or she'll understand it in like 3 weeks.
Same for Usidore, both of them.
Huh?
Anyway, where was I?
Oh, you were sitting in this stool. Here, let me put you back on. There you go.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, my night terrors.
Yes.
Thank you for asking. Anyway, I was waking myself saying the most incredible things, and I decided I can't just have these by myself in my bed. I have to share these with the daytime world. Was that the question?
So your one-woman show is a daytime show. So it's probably a little more melodramatic. It's probably, the awards are going to be in a different category, right? When it's daytime?
Yes. It's a lot. There's a lot of characters involved. I'm dating myself. I'm my brother. The War of the Worlds. I'm my own mother. But who is the father? It's also me.
Wow.
Yeah, Arnie, a lot of daytime shows tend to be really fucking wild because during the daytime, people don't care. At night, you couldn't get away with that stuff because at night, people are about to go to bed. They don't want to be spooked or scared or weirded out.
Sure.
But during the day, anything goes.
But also, to be fair, some of these twists aren't that surprising when it's a one-person show.
I guess that's true. But Hildy, you were saying that your night terrors, the things you were saying, that actually became your poetry.
Yes.
Did I understand that correctly?
Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to mean.
Oh, wonderful. And now, have you ceased to have the night terrors? Do you now sleep peacefully in the eve?
Yes, unless I'm feeling particularly inspired, which, I can't be upset about.
Sure, it's a fount of new artistic creation for you, so I'm sure you don't want to shut it off, but I'm glad to hear that it's given you some peace to share that with the world. That's a wonderful development.
Thank you. You know what? You think 100,000 years will last forever, and my brief time being dead and then undead showed me that it does not.
Oh, speaking of, Hildy, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I don't want to force you to do any sort of motivational speaking, but our friend and your friend, Usidore, is actually at death's door himself. Yeah. So I don't know if you have any advice for him in terms of like what to do when you're dead, or if he somehow makes it out alive, which I doubt he will.
No way.
What to expect or what to sort of experience.
Monetize.
Well, to be fair, that's what I tried to do. I bought the bar, and trying to get people to show up here, having some deathbed specials and that sort of thing.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea.
Oh, thank you. Yes, you can order Usidore's pillow, which of course is vodka with 8 feathers in it.
Sounds delicious.
Yes, it's very good. And of course, the jalapeno poppers, which, they look like the bed springs of the actual deathbed I'm laying on. Like, they're popping out of a bed. How fun.
What are you calling them?
Jalapeno poppers.
So
they're jalapenos, but they're served in a way that they look like they're a bed and they're popping out of the bed.
I thought you came to me for advice and I said call them spicy buttholes, but okay, yeah, no, that's a good name too.
Oh, no, that name was already used for the very spicy meatballs you can order now.
Oh, thank you.
See, that's tough because, of course, that's a great money-making avenue up until, of course, the moment of passing. And then after that, you won't be in charge anymore. If I, and a lot of artists can't pull this off, but if you could, may I suggest dying and coming back to life? It was amazing for me.
I've done that once, and I've thought about doing it again, but I've completed my true purpose, so now I'll turn into a shaft of pure light and ascend to the heavens, where I will be returned with the goddesses.
Usidore, there's a good point here, though. Maybe...
Shut my mouth? Fuck you.
But he was just talking about...
his shaft of light.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, good.
Usidore, have you considered establishing an estate? So, after you pass, Chunt and I can still run all of your merch. So then for years and decades to come, we can still make Usidore clocks where like your legs kind of like twist at the bottom of the clocks.
Yeah, if your legs twist at the bottom of the clock. See, once your legs twist, I think what Arnie is saying is that gives us the power of a turned knee. Mm-hmm. So that what we can do is then sell those clocks for all of time while you're deceased. And we can benefit and thrive through your death.
Well, this sounds like a terrible idea, but I'll sign anything. Let's take a break while I sign these papers.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna partner up with some other estates, and we're gonna start making posters of like Usidore, Marilyn Monroe, and
Oh yeah, with his robes kind of blowing up,
yeah,
like he's standing over a little geyser.
who wouldn't want that?
Fly, you fools! Over to patreon.com/Magic Tavern right now and become a patron of the show. For only $5 a month, you get access to all of our wonderful bonus content and material and ad-free versions of the show.
It's a tragic tale of a grizzly who's trapped in a park, and everyone in the park is very cruel to him, and they keep stepping on his feet. So that was Neil Simon's barefoot in the park.
Oh no, that's so sad. I didn't know he wrote that. That's him.
Yeah, very sad story.
Wow. You know, it's sad. I don't know, Arnie, if you know this, but he got lost. Nobody's seen or heard from him again. I can't remember the name of the place he got lost in. Bonkers, maybe? Oh, he went insane. That's right. He mentally got lost. He got lost in Bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Neil Simon? I think so.
Odds are good.
And again, thank you guys so much. I don't do covers. This is a purely original act, so I'm not looking for new material, but I loved your stories every time you tell me them.
When you sleep, we're talking bed, we're talking pillow, nothing else?
Are you asking about blankets?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No covers. Blankets are fine.
Oh my gosh, sometimes,
Hildy, can I talk to you over here?
Okay, but can you just scoot the stool over? Honestly, it takes me so long to
Yeah,
walk
no,
into
I'll come to you. I'll come to you.
Yeah, come
just
to
to
me.
explain myself, I've been running a focus group. A lot of the group really loves it when I do terrible sort of jokes or like fun little wordplays.
Oh, really?
So
How much
that's
do you pay the focus group?
How
How much do you pay the focus group?
Okay, I heard you. I pay them, don't tell Arnie or Usidore, I pay them about $20 billion each, and they provide me the feedback that I was looking for anyway, so it's just sort of a nice arrangement.
You guys are talking right in front of my face.
Yeah, buddy.
Like you got closer to me.
Shh.
Listen, I wasn't in charge. I'm just sitting on the stool.
Speaking of sitting on the stool, would you mind, you mentioned that you have your own ads. Would you mind sharing an ad with us? Once Usidore dies and we need to sell all these clocks, we'd love to know how to run an ad.
Oh, of course. Well, I do a lot of targeted ads depending on who the audience is. So let me just hone in on this group. Okay. Fingerless gloves. For when your hands are clammy, but your fingertips are hot. Fingerless gloves. Fingerless gloves.
Oh, sorry, was it that?
Oh.
Wow. Arnie, I think I understand the key is a lot of peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I have my own focus groups that watch my show, and they take up 2/3 of the audience mostly. And the focus groups tell me that it's important to keep people's interest by just varying the tone of your voice. So I deep apologies if I've been boring you earlier. I forgot to be doing my vocal warm-ups.
Do you really think that something like that could work?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, this is the first. That was a wonderful advertisement that you made.
Oh, thank you so much.
That was the first time I understood the purpose of fingerless gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, when your hands is clammy and your fingertips are hot.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That does make a lot more sense now.
Hildy-
Like, I always thought, like, if your hands are cold, don't you want a whole glove?
Exactly, but what if you're halvesies?
Yeah.
Great
Halvesy
point.
hot, halvesy cold.
Hildy, could we ever convince you to do an ad for our podcast, Hello from the Magic Tavern? And maybe we would cut this out and like place it in other podcasts like Dungeons and Daddies or 99% Invisible and just really promote Hello from the Magic Tavern using one of your ads for us.
Oh, absolutely. But you know what we say in show business. Nothing is free.
Sure. What's your price? What do you charge?
Well, these days it's a pretty high and tall order because I've been once again touring. So I'm thinking, oh, I love pistachios.
Fuck, Arnie, pistachios and food are so expensive.
How much?
Insanely expensive. I want to say they're like 0.5 billion per nut.
That's the lowest number I've heard so far this episode.
Would you settle for a bowl of cashews?
Cashews. How
Usidore,
about this?
nice of you to get smart. Sorry, Hildy, what were you saying?
How about this? I'll settle for 2 cashews, 1 red pistachio.
Oh, a red pistachio. Oh, Usidore, you could just magic a pistachio to seem red.
Shabba-babba-zooey!
Holy God-suka-butts. Well, this looks very enticing to me. Of course, you'll have to negotiate further with my night manager, which, of course, is just me screaming after I take my night pills.
Since the sun, it looks like it has set fully, did you want to go ahead and take your night pills?
Oh, I do have a big show later, but I always perform better after I toss a couple back. What do you say?
Yeah, we'd love to meet your manager.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, sure. Could I trouble you to just give me a glass of, bubbling water? 3 bubbles, please, nothing more.
Just 3? Okay.
Yes, just 3. I just need something to toss
Pour in
these
a
back
glass
with.
of water, and then... There are your 3 bubbles.
Make one of the bubbles red.
Shabba-babba-zooey!
Oh, thank you. Just set up nicely on a spoon like I like.
There you are.
And will we be able to talk to you again, or are you gone for good?
Oh, no, I'll be coming back.
Okay.
I'll be right here if you need me. Just have Usidore do one of his little spells.
Little spells.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Ronaldo.
A pleasure to meet you, Ronaldo. I understand that you've been doing some work for Hildy lately.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much for coming out. Yeah, she's doing some real good stuff here recently.
Yeah, I remember talking to you now. You're the one that told me she was going to be coming here to do the show.
Oh, yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, we really appreciate you taking her in. Listen, she thinks these shows are a hit, so don't even say anything to her.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
she
say anything?
thinks they're ahead.
Say anything about what?
Well, just between us, and I know you are working fellows, most of the audience is, in fact, a focus group. And they're focused on her immensely closely, and that's really what she needs, right? Everyone
Well,
just
yes.
wants to be looked at closely.
Right, you want the audience to focus on what you're doing. That makes sense.
Exactly. So they pay money, they sit down, and they focus on her, okay? And it's blowing her mind.
Okay. Oh, well, that's wonderful. Where else has Hildy played that you've helped her get to?
Well, we started in her hometown, of course, underwater. Mm-hmm. And then we've just been slowly making our way across land. We're hoping to do Sky next year, early next year. We're hoping to do Sky. Yep.
Oh, that would be huge.
Well, there's only one way to get to the sky.
Jump.
The elevator.
Practice.
Oh, I guess there's 3 ways.
Arnie was right for the first time.
Yes. All right. And
I
I'm
was
right
going to
about that
say-
billion thing, too.
Practice, fly.
So 3 ways.
Well, I suppose.
And I like to
ways.
take the elevator, but
Ronaldo, can I ask you, are there other secrets you've been keeping from Hildy?
gosh, it's hard to remember now what's a secret. Well, mostly what her doctor says after her visits.
Oh, no.
I don't want to tell her this because I think, honestly, it will just flunk her motivation. But I think she thinks that she only has 100,000 years to live. Doc says she is the healthiest ancient sea turtle he's ever seen. This broad's gonna live forever.
Wow.
Okay?
And that's a secret you're keeping from her for some reason?
Yes! If she thought that she had to do this forever, she's so focused on how precious life is. I can't let her know she's never gonna pass.
Well, we just met someone named the Night Doctor who likes to put leeches on people while they're asleep. He might help shorten her life if that's, I guess, what you want.
I just don't want her to stop performing because you know what we're working on so far? Monetize.
Right.
Of course. This is maybe a dumb question, possibly rude. When Hildy dies, do you die?
Yeah.
Oh, good question.
Oh my God, that was crazy. What did I miss?
Hildy!
Was I being crazy?
No, I don't. That's not a word we like to bandy about. So,
We never
Did I
call
say
a turtle
any-
crazy.
Oh, of course. Oh, no, of course. Oh, times are different now. You can't call turtles crazy, but, it's fine just between us friends. Did I say any good poems?
well, we met Ronaldo
Oh!
and learned a little bit about, the business of show.
Oh, my goodness. All that
okay.
stuff is way over my shell.
Congratulations for playing the ocean and underwater.
huge.
That's, hometown
Thank
hero.
you.
Play underwater is such a feat. Like, you should be so proud of yourself.
Thank you. It was, honestly, it was good to take what I do back to my hometown, which is, of course, the bottom of the sea.
They say that playing underwater is the hardest audience, mostly because a lot of the attendees have to bob up to the surface for air every 2 minutes. So it really is impressive that you sold that out.
Oh, yeah.
I always thought they said it was the hardest audience because their skin had to handle the deep, terrible pressures of the depths of the ocean.
Yeah, I guess the bends would do it. Arnie, have you ever had the bends? So good. Front to back, just classic. If people forget about having the bends is one of the best things you could do. It takes about an hour 20, I want to say. Not a ton of hits on it, but just unbelievable.
Really good.
Better than you remember.
Maybe my favorite.
Yeah, probably my favorite physical ailment I've ever had. Top 3. I'd say top 3.
Oh, you guys are so lucky. There's so much variety in your bodies. All I get is shell rot.
Can you cure that or fix that? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, asking for a friend.
Yes, well, it is a fungal infection. And you get it from sleeping in seaweed too often, which of course I was prone to do in my youth because I was meeting a lot of interesting creatures, which I've already bored you enough with already.
No, but Hildy, how has your life been different as a poet? Like, is your social life different now that you're leading a wild poet lifestyle?
Thank you so much for asking. It's a funny trajectory because, of course, I've been married countless times.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, of course, as a ghost, I had a very, I'll say it, brave relationship with a horrible-looking blobfish.
Right.
Yes.
Way below my league. And, now I am boldly loving myself.
Oh, wonderful.
You're just like your show. You're just like your daytime show. You're dating yourself.
Exactly. I am the mother and the father, and I'm having the affair. And I'm the baby.
Yeah, but you're playing all those parts, so it's not surprising. No, never mind. Hildy, so that's great. You've come to love Hildy.
Yes. Through hating my shell, I come to love myself. I do take this hand in marriage. A talon for a talon. A ring on my squirrely little finger. This is another preview you're getting for free.
Oh.
Yes, this comes way into the 15th act, which is on day 2.5.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Wow, round of applause.
Thank you
sorry,
so much.
I'm just going to say it because my hands are tired.
Chunt, I had the bends, but I had asthma when I was a child, and I also liked that.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you had asthma or you had amnesia?
Yeah, I had that kid A.
You were the kid with the A?
Uh-huh.
Having A as a kid is really hard. It's really tough because a lot of people pick on you.
But it's worth getting through.
Yes, absolutely. Arnie, Pablo, honey, you're barely speaking. Are you okay?
I know, I'm just thinking about my friend Gordon.
The gecko?
Hildy, we're so excited to see you again. Are you going to be in Nibblebottom for long?
Well, you know what? Tonight's show is sold out. So depending on how ticket sales go, I might be here for a little bit, but I'm hoping to make my way up the mountain. Next stop, Sky, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, that's right. I really hope you make it there.
Me too.
Unless it's a place you can't come back from. I don't know. It sounds a little scary.
Oh, really? I don't look up anything ahead of time. I just show up to the shows. But is the mountain not so good?
Certain
That crowds.
I would say don't play Slobodan.
Oh, did you feel that?
Did you feel that?
Yeah, what the heck was that?
I mean, I think the sky is wonderful. The mountain is somewhat vexing and unsettling, and it might be an ancient dragon that's just sticking its tail out of the ground. We're not really sure. So, just be careful.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I don't want to play to a crowd that's not interested in me. Though I haven't met a crowd I couldn't convince to love me.
Who wouldn't be interested in you?
Oh, stop.
Just adore you. You're the best.
Stop. I know.
Hildy, would you mind sticking around while we answer a couple emails?
Oh, of course. Even if I tried to leave, I'd still be in this room.
Well, then you can start to leave and just chime in as you see fit.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? I'll start my commute, but I'll be here.
So we have emails from listeners. Some of them are to magictavern@puppies.supplies is the real email address. Some of them are things sent to us from our Patreon supporters. Both are valid, but one of them makes us more money. Hey!
Monetize.
Well
Oh my gosh, you've read my book.
Here's one. Hello, Arnold, Chunt, and Usidore, wizard of the 12th realm of Ephesius, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical delights, devourer of chaos, champion of the great halls of Tarakas, known to the elves as Fiang Yelek, known to the dwarves as Zonin Hook Stanges, and known in the northeast as Gaspuenius Maystar.
Did they say hello, Arnold, or hey, Arnold?
They said hello, Arnold, and it's Arnie. And I read that wrong. It's they said Gaspuenius Miesta.
Niesta. Uevo. Siesta.
Come on, sing it
forever.
Okay, I'm currently listening through the entire podcast for the second time. When I first caught up, I decided to look up what Arnie looked like before going to Foon. Arnie is actually very attractive. When listening to the show, I obviously pictured Arnie as a grotesque monster, but I was surprised. Love, Anthony Flaff.
Huh.
I wonder why you decided to read this email.
Yeah, it's so funny. About 7 or 8 days ago, I saw this email in our inbox, and it's so fucking funny because I was like, I bet $1 billion Arnie reads this on air. So I guess I'm going to collect on my fortune.
My question is, why did I read the whole email?
Well, it doesn't really pose any question, but I shan't deny its contents. Arnold is a very attractive man for his age.
Yeah, incredibly attractive. I mean, I once tried to date him. He turned me down, but I tried to date him. And if Hildy has taught us anything, Arnie, it's that you should start loving yourself. And loving yourself means admitting when you're fucking handsome as shit.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I've been spending this season loving myself a little more than usual, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I'm getting there.
Great. Then I'm not going to follow up with my handsome as shit payoff joke.
Oh, here's another email. Let's see. Oh gosh, let me edit out some of these ones that are talking about how attractive I am. Let's see here. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, here's one.
Hildy, do you find humans attractive?
It depends on which ones.
Okay.
Arnie, do you find Arnie attractive?
I'll take that as a yes. Here's the email. I was sad to hear that no one showed up on Usidore's death day. Please let Usidore know that he is loved and appreciated, and this crazy, fun world of Foon wouldn't be the same without him. Much love to Usi, and may he be the devourer of death and chaos. Baron A. Stout. P.S. Don't die. Health and happiness. Peace and love.
Thank you. Thank you for saying don't die. You know, it's a little rude to say nobody showed up, because Arnie, unless I'm mistaken, unless I'm fucking crazy, which is a word we don't use towards turtles,
Thank you.
You and I were there.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel quite blessed that this Baron has decided to bless me by taking the time to condescend to me and write a letter. How wonderful.
And you know, I'm going to be honest, Usidore, we've gotten lots and lots of emails from people who love you very much and, you know, want you to, if you're going to go through this whole sham of pretending to die, they want it to be a positive experience for you. Now, look. Those are second only to as many emails as people sending to tell me how attractive I am, but still a lot.
Oh, well, that's nice to hear.
It's so nice to hear. People are telling Arnie he's attractive. People love Usidore. I mean, it's so nice to just cover all three of us and get all those accolades out of the way. What a pleasant end to the episode.
Yeah.
Hildy, can I ask, when you do eventually, if you eventually pass away, which one of your lovers from your hundreds of thousands of years do you wish shows up to your deathbed?
All of them.
Oh, wow.
Every single one. My dearest fantasy is having all of my lovers in the same room, which I've tried to organize before, but I think only death will bring them together. And I want them to look into each other's eyes and know where they have been.
What a wonderful gesture for all of them to appear and honor the life that you will have led.
Exactly.
And I'm sure they'll be able to do that soonish.
I don't know what
you
I
only
hope
have
for
another
anymore.
100,000 years to live or so, right?
That's what I'm thinking. So I really gotta make the most of it.
Yeah.
It feels long until it's not, but knowing there's an end really makes all this. The life of a performer is exhausting.
Well, yes, I suppose that's true. Good luck to you. Oh, what a tragedy if you were to live nearly forever and ne'er be able to stop performing. Oh, but what a boon it would be to the artistic community.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a good point.
Wait, Arnie, it looks like you dropped an email. There's an email here on the floor. Here's an email. This is
I don't see anything.
This is from Dylan and Faith. It says, "What's up, babies? We love Chunt." the most, and he's the cutest and the prettiest, and we love him the most. Don't die from Faith and Dylan.
Oh, that's a fan there. They say don't die.
That's so fun. Thank goddesses I found that dropped email.
Well done.
Well, I didn't do anything. What do you mean?
You found it?
Yeah, I found it, but I didn't do anything else.
No, I'm just saying good job on
an email
finding
I
it.
found. Okay.
Just saying good job on finding it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, fine, good. Great.
How are emails falling out of my laptop?
Shabba-ba-booey!
Gadzuka butts.
Oh, look, an email for me. Let's see here. It reads, Dear Framing Device, you take your craft too seriously to sink to the level of inventing complimentary messages from fictitious viewers. Love yourself. Both a sign-off and a wonderful directive towards self-care. 10 out of 10, no notes. Wizard's Choice Award Perennial Bridesmaid, Usidore the Blue was played by Matt Young. Chunt the Talking Badger was played by Adal Rifai, to the best of his abilities. Hildy the Poet Turtle was played by special guest Olivia Nielsen. Follow her on TikTok at Olivia West Nielsen. Hello from the Magic Tavern is an independent production, made possible by supporters of the Magic Tavern Patreon. People like Jake Grossman, Rosie the Cosmic Quilter, and I should point out, Rosie's cosmic quilts are woefully unable to keep you warm in the depths of space. I speak from experience, Rosie. Gus Chambers, Alicia Rivera, Martina Ward, Cruz, and Nell Hardcastle. Between us, the Hardcastle Hobbits are the worst hobbits. Patrons get ad-free episodes and at least 2 new bonus episodes each month. The most recent bonus episode is Good After Foon, a daytime talk show hosted by Deb Falcon and Corvath the Unknowable, played by Brooke Bright and Kevin Soretta. Here, have a listen.
And not all of them got out. So there's got to be people of varying or forms of varying height and bone skeleture that can be fashioned into a edifice to get up out of that thing.
So to play a demon's advocate here for a minute, to play a demon's advocate.
Could you name the demon?
Shubel Pants.
Shubel Pants of Shubel Pants of.
Oh shit, Shubel Pants.
Shit, fuck. Hold on. I'm gonna. I've surrounded us with runes, so we're protected.
Damn you.
What a surprise! Yes.
Okay. See you later. He might be on the show later, though. You never know who's going to pop up on Good After Foon.
Oh, so fun.
Sometimes it's a demon that you name. Anyway, I'm sorry. So you were playing Demon's Advocate.
Now, if listening to Kevin makes you think, should I do something about my sleep apnea before it permanently damages my voice, causing me to always sound like a pissed-off vaudeville star? Talk to your doctor today. To hear more, yeah, there's more, or learn more about supporting the show, keeping the arts alive so that IT job for a hedge fund feels like it's for something, visit patreon.com/Magic Tavern. Hello from the Magic Tavern is produced by Arnie, Niekamp, Matt Young, and Adal Rifai. Post-production coordination by Garrett Schultz. This episode edited by Sniffen, Dranger. Hello from the Magic Tavern logo by Allard, Laban. Magic Tavern theme by Andy Poland.
Well, sitting alone, silent in your own head, looking for some friends? Well, the hunt ends here, because what I'm about to tell you is shabba-blooey. You got 3 new friends. It's called a human, it's called a wizard, it's called a badger. But what it's really called is Hello from the Magic Tavern. Download today whenever you download your new friends that you listen to inside of your ears. And my name is Hildy. I'm on the show 3 times.